I want to talk about the WNBA, right? Because the WNBA finally got one of their first like games, kind of in the
I don't know what took so long
on the new gen console, because the WNBA is a second-rate league. That's why. So my point is, the stuff with the WNBA trailer premiere for live, which is great, right? And then I saw all these plays, which were cool, and then I saw the only person on the game dunking was Brittany Griner. And I said it before on the Hoops and Brews podcast, but I mean it. The WNBA should lower the rims. Like, I understand the argument that the players will make, that they think that this is insulting to them. They think that they should be treated on the same level as male athletes, etc., all that stuff like that. But their product is not a great product. So there should be no reason why the Big Three in their first year of playing with a washed-up Allen Iverson. Do you know Allen Iverson has only made 9 shots in all Big Three games he's played? He played 3 Big Three games and made 9 shots. And they sold 15,000 seats in Dallas. But when the last time a WNBA game sold 15,000 seats?
I don't even know what the attendance rate for WNBA is. What is the attendance rate?
Might do that Google.
Normal attendance for WNBA. Okay, so how low do you think they should lower the rims?
So I think that what they should do is they should measure the average vertical of every WNBA player, and then measure the average vertical of every NBA player, right? And then take that and make those relative to the average amounts of verticals. We all know the reason why that men's athletics and women's athletics are separated is because the level of physicality between the two is just totally different. We're physiologically faster and stronger, which is true, which is why you don't have male athletes. Usain Bolt is not out there racing against all of the women athletes. So if we understand that it's not about trying to offend anybody, don't you want a better product? Like, could you imagine Diana Taurasi coming down and slamming on Della Don? That you would actually want to see that. But in the WNBA, there are only 2 players that can actually dunk. Honestly, watching WNBA basketball reminds me of probably what most black people felt when they was watching basketball in the 50s and 60s. It's like, oh, y'all only got 2 black dudes out there, and everybody else is just like, and everybody else is not even on the same playing field because those 2 black guys are just 2 totally different athletes, and they're way taller. So lower the rims. It's not about trying to be disrespectful. Ultimately, this is an entertainment thing, and the WNBA athletes complain heavily about how much less money that they make. So if you're complaining heavily about how much money you're making, why are you making that much less money? You making that much less money because the NBA players can sell out 16 to 18,000 seats consistently every night. You're not doing that. The average attendance for a WNBA game for the Chicago Sky, they set franchise records. There were 6,000 people a game.
Franchise records?
Yes, franchise records. One of the league in last year was one of the league's most compelling seasons according to this argument. This article that I'm looking at on the WNBA, right? So their attendance that they registered the highest attendance of 1.5 million people since 2011, and the highest average attendance of 7,655 people over the same period, a 4.6 increase over the 2015 season. But Big Three games.
Wow.
Big Three games with washed-up Allen Iverson out there playing basketball. The guy who would rather go out and gamble at a casino before going and playing basketball when he's supposed to be the star of the league, and he's the coach. He literally is the coach of the team. They can draw a crowd of 15,000 people, and the average attendance of a WNBA game is only these are high. Like the highest that any team has ever had, I believe, was 8,575 in one season, and that was by the Fever. And the highest in the history of a single game franchise was 17,000 people. So in one game, their highest was 17,000. One game. Your product is inferior. You have an inferior product, and it's not about, and it has nothing to do with sexism. Your athletes could be put in way more better positions to actually create highlight plays that the average and casual NBA fan will watch. I don't know any casual NBA fans that watch WNBA games. And a lot of the times it's because they say that the athleticism and in terms of the excitement with the plays and the physicality isn't the same. You would argue that, but honestly, I would argue women's college basketball is way better than the WNBA. And that's because they all trying to play for something, especially in the tournament. things go stupid, so nobody knows who they playing, so they all play hard. But in WNBA, when I'm watching the games, it's cool.
I mean,
it's cool.
I mean, with college sports, it's more it's more about alumni. So people sometimes just get interested strictly because they like went to that school. So that's why you would probably say college women's basketball is more quote unquote exciting than like the WNBA.
But it's a better product overall. Anyway,
I don't know if it's a better product. I don't think it's a better product overall.
When was the last time you watched a women's NCAA basketball game?
A whole one? I can't remember.
A whole one or more than a quarter?
The Mississippi State UConn game.
Who won the WNBA championship last year?
Minnesota.
Who was the MVP?
Maya Moore.
What did they win the series by?
They won it in like the last game. It was like what they play 5-game series because no, like that's when the tip in happened.
Oh yeah,
that was that. Yeah,
okay.
The tip in. Like no, like
now imagine instead of that being a tip in, that's a slam dunk.
I mean, yes, it would be
to win the championship. That's a slam dunk.
I mean, yes, it would be hilarious.
The rims by like 12. I mean by like 12 inches or a foot.
Nobody's gonna disagree with you. Like it would be like
that's so much. Like the level of excitement will be just on a whole nother level.
For the casual fan, yes, it would be a lot more exciting if more than half of the players could dunk. It would be hilarious. Like damn, like Maya Moore just boomed on someone. Like she just destroyed her. Like if Maya Moore just destroyed Skylar Diggins at the rim.
Bro, you would go crazy.
Nah, like it would be great, but I don't know.
That would be worthy of you. That would be worthy of you retweeting that on Twitter on your personal account. That's how I really judge basketball highlights. By how good your product is. Like, would you retweet this on your main Twitter account? Is it something that you would see and be like, yo, this was exciting? That tip in was exciting, but that was the apex moment of their entire season. I don't remember any other WNBA moments from that season. I don't even remember who won the championship or the Finals MVP.
I mean,
the fact that you remember that I thought was amazing.
The casual fan probably doesn't remember too many moments from the NBA either. They probably remember the finals and then maybe like a couple things that happened during the year. The casual fan,
I disagree with that.
We aren't the casual fan.
The casual fan would.
Like if you ask my dad how many things he remembers from the basketball season last year, he probably remembers the finals that KD went crazy and maybe like 2 games during the year, like the Christmas game or something. Yeah, probably. Yeah. He probably remembers the Christmas game and like one other game.
You want to know something else? I have also been vindicated by the same person that I called out in a previous episode about Lonzo Ball. Alina Deladon also said that the WNBA should lower the rims. She thinks that they should lower the rims from 10 feet. So I just want it to be known for anybody who's gonna get fake offended about it. They should lower the rims. There's no reason why not. Like there is a video of her practicing dunks in practice on a lower rim.
First of all, it's not even
Look
First of all, it's not an offensive.
Look.
First of all,
like that's a 10-foot rim. Now imagine her doing that on a 9-foot rim.
First of all, it's not really an offensive topic. It's an actual question. Like it's an actual question.